I've loved athletics my whole life. I've played football, baseball, and I wrestled. I played football in college, and you know, when I got saved, that was a passion that God had in me was athletics. And when I surrendered to the ministry, FCA was right there, and it just made sense, you know, for my passion for Jesus to be with my passion for athletics, and to see people share their faith through the realm of sports, because sports teach us so much more than just what the sport is, but it teaches us so much about life, and we're able to communicate the gospel through little things that we see day to day on the sports field.
I first got involved with FCA when I was in middle school, at Opelika Middle School. I got involved there, and my love for FCA has grown going into high school, and as I've grown older, and when Mitchell started this Bible study at the high school with football, this was something I really wanted to be involved in.
I accepted Christ into my heart when I was 4 years old, but FCA has played a major role in my sanctification process, and they've reminded me of why I am a believer, and the purpose behind going out and making disciples.
At the huddles, we have just a time of fellowship where everybody gets a donut, everybody sits down and just talks for a minute, and then we'll play a game for about 10 minutes to just break the ice and wake everyone up early in the morning. And then we'll either have a speaker, which is incredible, and every speaker we have has just been amazing, or we'll have like a panel or a skit or something that allows our peers to ask us about the gospel and for us to give them clear answers that apply to them.
Actually, I started working with FCA in 2000 as a huddle leader for Russell County High School. Russell County did not have an FCA, and so we wanted to do all that we could to get one implanted into the school. And I was there for about 5 years, and I transitioned from Russell County High School to Central High School, and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes became really a part of the DNA of Phoenix City School System about 2007, 2008. And we've watched it grow from one huddle to multiple huddles at every level, from elementary to the middle school, to our South Girard, our 8th grade level, to our freshman academy, all the way into our high school now. So it's been really cool to be a part of the process and see FCA really grow into what it's become in our local community.
Yeah, I teach at Auburn High School, and I am in charge of FCA here. So twice a month I meet with a small group of students on a leadership team, try to dive into the Word with them, and then once a month we have a huddle that's open the entire school, where we bring in a speaker or do worship music or pray or any combination of the above, and that's generally what I do.
The Coach's Wife's Bible Study reminds me of the importance of my role as a coach's wife in my husband's life and in my kids' life, my family's life, and how adversely that impacts the team, how it impacts how he coaches and how he helps these young men to grow and to be men of God.
FCA has been such a big part of my life since I started it in 6th grade. And I would say if you're not involved, you need to be as involved as you can, and it helps so much, and it has helped me and a lot of my friends just grow more in Christ.
I'm Joni Smith. I'm an FCA huddle leader at Opelika Middle School. FCA has grown leaps and bounds here. I have seen children come to know Christ here and form relationships with each other and with Christ. It has been beneficial for us as huddle leaders, because when children come to FCA, then they see us in the hallway and they stop to talk about what we talked about in FCA. And our leadership group has been awesome. They've been able to form close relationships with each other and with us as huddle leaders. Our speakers have been amazing. They have really taught the kids a lot about what it's about, a good relationship with Christ and how to make good decisions and stand in the gap for Christ.
I think the leadership team that we have right here is one of the best I've seen. Mitchell is not only a great leader, but he's a close friend, and I love him. I love his ministry, and I'm telling you, I've never seen a guy be able to come in and make such a large impact and build a staff that is just phenomenal. The future I think is very, very bright, because I see the next generation coming behind the Mitchells and the Lukes and the Ruthies. Those kids that are seeing them, wanting to emulate them, emulate Christ, but they want to emulate those leaders they see leading them today. That gives me hope that as I transition out, as I get older, that my kids are going to transition in and take over those leadership positions, which is really cool.